Welcome back, Sithbling here. You may recognize the scene in front of me as something you might see in Mario, and of course, I've got my Mario skin on. uh, so we've got coins and they're floating midair. Now the main point of this video is the P-switch. Alright, so I've got a jump boost effect like Mario, so I can jump on top of these platforms. The actual games I'm emulating here are 2D games, so I'd have to be in line here. Now you can actually collect these coins. So you'll notice if I jump up and grab it, I've now got 2 coins in my inventory. Okay, so the P-switch, if you've never played Mario, what it does is it'll turn coins into blocks, and certain blocks, like these ones up here, into coins. Basically switches them just for a short duration. So I've stepped on the P-switch, and now I can actually get on top of these blocks, and I can get places that I couldn't get before. So these coins here, I think I actually picked one up. They will turn back into blocks when the P-switch effect ends, and then I can get up here, and we've got a mushroom. Yum. So this uses a bunch of redstone over here, and some other neat effects that are now possible with the new snapshots for 1.8. So these coins floating in midair are kind of cool. They're actually they're items, and they'll despawn in 5 minutes like normal. They're sitting on top of wither skulls, which are for some reason invisible when you don't really give them any properties. So that's how they're floating in midair. Now all the redstone over here is what controls all this stuff, and in fact, if I go ahead and push this button right here, I can just reset the whole thing. All the blocks are back and everything, all the coins, and P-switch is reset. So most of this redstone over here actually came from a filter that I wrote, and I've included the code for that filter in the video description. You can try and use it, but it's not the easiest thing to use. Basically, you just place these blocks wherever you want them, and then wherever you want coins to appear, you put gold ore. But I had to add some redstone beyond what the filter does. Anyway, so this stuff over here, what these do is they actually, summon the items riding the wither skulls at the correct positions. And then there's some other ones that, probably over at this end, that actually use set block to set the block to stone. And so that's what resets the whole thing in terms of the blocks. And then over here we've got a bunch of redstone. Basically the way this works is for each of the positions where there's a coin or one of those blocks over here, there are 2 command blocks. Well, there's kind of 4 there's more. One of these tests for an item in the correct position where that coin is, or that block is. And if there is a coin there, then it actually kills the coin and sets the block to the stone, the granite. And then the one next to it tests the same position for stone, and if there's stone, then it sets the block to air, and then places the summons the item riding the wither skull. And so you'll notice these are the same coordinates: 63, 66, 138, 63, 66, 138. So there's 2 of these command blocks for each spot where there's a coin or a block. And basically by running all of these command blocks, we swap the coins and blocks. Of course, if something, you take a coin or something, it's no longer there. It's just going to be air. So if I just take a bunch of these coins and I press the P switch, we can see that it doesn't place the stone blocks where those were, and then I can take some of the coins that basically came from where the block was before, and when the P switch effect ends, those are going to be gone too. So yeah, this stuff just swaps what's there with what should be there. And so this stuff runs twice when the P switch gets triggered: once when the P switch gets initially triggered, and then once about, I don't know, 10 seconds later when the P switch effect is over. So that's how it works. You could definitely use this to make some sort of Mario minigame. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So like I said, you can download the filter in the video description, and yeah, you'll have to add some redstone for it to be fully functional. And you might have a hard time figuring out how it works, but hey, it's better than not releasing the code at all, right? Anyway, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching.